I recently had a nightmare straight out of a horror movie. I was all alone on an ancient forest. The cold wind whispered through the gnarled branches, carrying with it an eerie sense of foreboding. I found myself alone, surrounded by the oppressive darkness that clung to the trees like a suffocating shroud. It was a place I had never been before, lost in the labyrinth of twisted pathways that seemed to lead nowhere. As I stumbled through the undergrowth, my senses heightened. Every rustle of leaves and crack of a twig sent shivers down my spine. The moon cast feeble rays through the dense canopy, creating pools of shadows that seemed to dance and writhe with a life of their own. The silence was deafening, broken only by the distant hooting of an owl, a haunting melody that echoed through the desolation. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched, unseen eyes boring into my very soul. My heart pounded in my chest, each beat a drum announcing my vulnerability in this unnatural realm. Sweat dripped down my forehead, a cold reminder of the fear that gripped me like a vice. As I pressed on, the forest began to morph and contort. Trees twisted into grotesque shapes, their branches reaching out like skeletal fingers eager to snatch me away. Shadows clung to my heels, stalking me with malevolent intent. Panic surged within me, threatening to consume my reason. A distant sound, barely audible over the rustling leaves, caught my attention. Footsteps, slow, deliberate, and unmistakably human. My breath caught in my throat as I strained to discern their origin. The steps seemed to draw nearer, yet no figure emerged from the darkness. I quickened my pace, my footsteps echoing in hollow defiance. The air grew thick with an otherworldly tension, and a foul stench enveloped me. It was a sickening combination of decay and something more sinister, a scent that seemed to seep into my very soul. My senses screamed at me to flee, but an invisible force compelled me forward, deeper into the heart of the haunting labyrinth. Abruptly, the forest seemed to come alive with a cacophony of whispers, unintelligible, sinister murmurs that slithered through the air like malevolent serpents. The voices seemed to mock me, taunting my very existence. I clamped my hands over my ears, desperate to shut out the maddening symphony. But the whispers persisted, penetrating the recesses of my mind. Suddenly, a clearing materialized before me, bathed in an ethereal glow that emanated from an ancient twisted tree at its center. As I approached, the whispers crescendoed into anguished cries. Shadows coalesced into indistinct forms, writhing and contorting in a macabre dance. In the heart of the clearing, a figure emerged from the shadows, tall and skeletal, its face obscured by a tattered hood. The air grew colder still as the figure extended a bony hand towards me, beckoning me closer. A voice, icy and malevolent, echoed through the clearing. "You have trespassed into the realm of the forgotten mortal. Now you are ours." Terror seized me, rendering me paralyzed as the figure advanced. The whispers reached a fever pitch, a symphony of despair. As the skeletal hand closed in, the world around me plunged into darkness, and I felt myself being pulled into a void of eternal torment. And then with a jolt, I awoke, bathed in cold sweat, gasping for breath. The echoes of the haunting forest still lingered in my mind, a chilling reminder that some nightmares are not so easily escaped, even in the light of day.